Right, I'm over on the Wagner stand, and I'm going to say we're getting quite close. We're seeing each other quite regularly.
We just keep meeting regularly, don't we, Phil?
Yeah, my wife's going to be saying, "What are you seeing Craig again for?" Your wife's going to say, "Oh, that's that Phil again." But we're over on the Wagner stand.
Yep.
We've got the other Philip behind us who we saw yesterday. Craig's just going to do a demo of some of the spray equipment they've got on the stand today, and hopefully that might just get a bit of interest and people will stop on the stand.
Hopefully, yeah. It's been a little bit of a quieter one, hasn't it?
We are
the
quite
P&D
early
show
though.
this morning.
Yeah, we are quite early. So let's swivel the camera around, and in the capable hands of somebody who's very good on camera is a natural.
Thank you
and
very much.
And an all-round really nice guy.
Great. Well, this is new, the spray pack 18-volt cordless one. This is the first time we've actually got to use it on the stand today. So it can be used a variety of different ways. Of course, left on the floor, you've got a 10-meter hose on here, so you can leave it there and, of course, up and down the stairs and spray, or fit the piece to your back as well. So make it portable, so that'll allow you to go up and down ladders, on scaffold and stairs, etc. And it's powered by an 18-volt Bosch battery. So let me show you this thing in action. You check, we got them all turned on. Yes. Let's wind this paper down a little bit more. Let's get it past us.
It's very quiet, Craig.
It's super quiet, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
It really, really is super quiet, but easy to use as well. And the great thing about it, it's got this rotating little kind of bracket that's connected to the end of the hose, which allows you to get up and down, low and high with it. But the overall finish of it is remarkable. It really is. Phil, come and have a close look at that.
So there's no compromise over the quality of this because we're just running off the battery pack?
None at all, no.
It's as good as the plugged-in units?
As good as the plugged-in units, absolutely, yeah. But it's just a little bit more versatile on where you can actually get to it because it's not actually plugged in or powered except from the battery.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm super impressed with the actual finish of it. It's the first time we've got to use it today, and it's had a lot of interest from the trade. Most people that have come up who've used the Wagner product before in the past have been waiting a long time for battery operated ones. So there's this model, and there's also the FC4000 as well, which is the handheld one. That comes with two Bosch batteries, the 18-volt batteries, and of course they're the professional range, not the DIY range. So definitely worth a go if you're coming down to the show.
I like that swivel because that means you can actually turn the gun vertical, horizontal without needing to swivel or turn the tip guard.
That's right, yeah. I mean, they do obviously advise you spraying up and down, have it that way, and you can turn it to left and right.
Yeah.
But every now and again, you know yourself, if you're spraying, you may just have to go across a little bit of an area.
That's right.
And it generally just stops that from kind of kinking and making a bit of a callback on the actual hose itself, which does quite often happen when you've got longer hoses like 7.5 meters right up to 15 meters. But this, for me, I think it allows you to work with something possibly with a shorter hose. This also can be adapted if you're only going to use it on a backpack. You can swap this longer hose down to a 2-meter hose, I believe, which again will make the whole unit even lighter.
Yeah. And a USP of this, you tell us, Craig, how much paint does this actual backpack hold?
Do you know what? I don't actually know. I think it's 5 litre paint.
5 litres. It's 5 litres.
I know. I haven't been demoing this one. It's the first time I've had to go over it. But yeah, you've got 5 litres of actually paint. So that reservoir in there goes all the way down to the bottom there. It's nice and seal tight when it goes on there. And one thing to remember, or people have questioned us, what happens if I've got it on my back and I kind of bend over? Is that paint going to come pouring down? No, it isn't, but it does have a little alarm on it. So if you do start doing this, it's not advisable to do that. It will set the alarm off and remind you you've got liquid in the back. And it just takes a little bit of getting used to, because then all you got to do then is, when you are spraying, if it is on your back, is generally just squat down and up when you're actually painting. And that's the kind of momentum we tell people to paint spray anyway, with whatever type of unit you're using. We always try and say to keep that nozzle at that set distance from the surface and generally keep it up and down like this, and not actually spray like this. That's what we tell people not to do.
I think you're going to say it because you're Mr. DIY and Mr. and Mrs. DIY. Yeah, it all comes back down to basics. And let's face it, we're professionals.
Yes.
These are professional
pro units. Yes.
Yeah. Now, they are dangerous, and you've got to know, read the instructions, always read the
absolutely,
instructions.
yes, yeah.
And your back issues is probably a little bit of lack of knowledge of working the unit and knowing what to do.
Definitely.
And somebody who's probably already into spraying won't be tipping down, but somebody new to it thinking that they want to get into spraying.
Potentially, yes.
Please learn what you need to be doing.
Yes. We found from this show, I mean, we've only exhibited this yesterday for the very first time. We found a lot of trades who are coming and actually having a look at this. They're already quite keen paint sprayers. They're experienced like yourself, Phil. They know their way around a variety of units. So they'd know automatically there's liquid in it, don't go bending over, you know. But it is relatively quite well sealed. My glasses keep falling here. This is relatively well sealed. This is stretched down and hooked on both sides. So, you know, if it was knocked over, the paint isn't going to go everywhere. But it's just not advisable that when it's on your back, you actually bend over and do that there. But it's only a minor thing to actually get used to.
We touched base at Screwfix Live a few weeks ago, which is actually a couple of months ago. The retail elements of Wagner, they do have a similar apparatus that we looked at that was very new. So anybody who's watching my channel that is a DIY and not so much professional, don't think you've got to be spending a fortune on the professional range. There will be a range that fits you. And as you know, Mr. DIY, there is some products that suit the DIYer more than needing to spend professional money.
Absolutely, yeah, there certainly is, both in this model and also the handheld version as well. I did a video not so long ago, Phil, at our house, and we've got the, I think Phil's got it in his hand there now, we've got the professional FC 4000, which is an 18-volt cordless handheld one. But Wagner also brought out just last year a DIY version of that. It is an 18-volt one, but it's a little bit smaller, more lighter weight. And I did some testing with it on the battery life at our house. So we set up 10 fence panels. I don't know if you've seen the video on our YouTube channel. And we had a couple of cameras all around us. We had a drone shot following us. And literally, I wanted to test it to see how long the battery lasted, but also to see how many square meterage we could get with one battery life. The reservoirs I filled up, I think they're only 800 to 900 mil reservoirs. So filled up about 6 of them, spotted them all around, got started off. First reservoir will only do about two panels, 6 foot panels. Do a couple of them. So I set them up every 2, and I managed to do the full 10 boards on one side, went round to the back side of it and done 7.5 before my battery died. That was just on one single charge. And that was, 17.5 sides of a board, which I was quite impressed with. I wasn't expecting it. Me and our team, I'll let you know a little secret here, we were laying bets. We were thinking to ourselves, how long will it actually last? And we generally didn't know. It's only been sent to us the day before. And we'd set up these panels and they were brand new. They had no paint on them or any wood treatment at all. And we'd all put kind of our own little personal views. And I was like, I'll be really impressed if it hits 15. A couple of our lads were saying, no, it'll probably be 10 to 12. It'll be 10 to 12. And then all of a sudden, boom, 17.5. So we were well impressed with it as well.
That's good. Thank you very much. Lovely to talk to you.
My pleasure,
Phil. It's always a pleasure to see you. And
always a pleasure to see you.
You spend a bit of time with me, so much appreciated on that.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Cheers, Phil. Good luck.
You.